Today I'll show you how to configure filters for an APF-based application. As you might have seen in the videos about the APF runtime, filters appear at the top of an APF-based application and are used to narrow down the data of all analysis steps. Some configurations use a smart filter bar, while others have individually configured filters. In this example, I'll show you how to define an individually configured filter using the APF configuration modeler. Select a configuration and choose Add, and then New Filter. Enter a title for the filter and choose a property. In this example, we'll filter the data by company code. If you select Do Not Show Filter at Runtime, you can configure a hidden filter that is not visible in the filter area at runtime. This can be useful, for example, for technical parameters and filters that the user should not see or change. Default values are the values that are pre-selected in the filter. You can choose how to determine the default values of the filter, but we won't change the default value mode for now. Next, you can specify how the values are determined that are displayed in the value help of the filter. Here, we'll use a value help request. Enter the path to the OData service route and the entity set that corresponds to the data source, for example, the SAP HANA view. Finally, select the properties that you want to be displayed in the value help. Here, we'll choose both the property and the corresponding text property so that the key and text are concatenated at runtime, which helps when searching for a specific filter value. Now let's see what this filter looks like at runtime. You can see the company code filter without any default values. Now I'll show you what the filter looks like when a context is handed over from the Smart Business KPI tile. For this purpose, I'll enter a few values in the evaluation of the KPI tile. When you go back to the runtime application, you can see that exactly those values that you just entered in the evaluation are now pre-selected in the filter. Now go back to the evaluation and change the entry there. I'd like to have all company codes lower than 5,500. So, what does this look like at runtime? The filter is gone. What happened? We defined a range of all company codes lower than 5,500, but the filter can only display single values, no ranges, so the filter cannot be displayed. However, the Smart Business context is still applied to the analysis path in the background. We just don't see the filter on the UI. Now, how can you fix this? Go back to the APF configuration modeler and define a context resolution request, which resolves the context from the KPI tile into single values for the value help. So in our case, it provides a list of all the company codes that are lower than 5,500. Most of the time, you can just reuse the entries defined for the value help request. If you do so, you don't have to enter anything else here. Now, when you open the runtime application again, the filter is back and all company codes lower than 5,500 are pre-selected. You just saw how to configure filters and how they are affected by a Smart Business context. Next, I'll show you how to configure navigation targets.